Hi, folks. I am Miss Wiley. I have the privilege of being the junior high choir teacher. That was the first time this choir has ever done a three-part choir piece, and I think they did a phenomenal job. The next piece was selected by our 8th graders, which as an adult I get some humor from. It's called When I Grow Up. It's from the musical Matilda, and as the adults in the audience listen, we hear all the things that our kids think that we have put together, that we're like, oh yeah, sure, I totally have all of that down. We have a couple of soloists. I'll list out a few here. I'm going to butcher some last names. Please don't get offended. It just means your kid does not get in trouble enough for me to have to say their last name. That said, if I say their name correctly, it doesn't mean that they're in trouble. All right. So we have Gabrielle Ansel. Yep, good. Haley Carmen. Reese Kazanow. Madison Johnson. Brody Collins. Artist as of yet to be named will come up first and get us started. All right, before he leaves real quick, shout out to D-Chung, our accompanying. Sixth grade, it is time. Come on to the band room, I'll meet you there.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and keep going with our second second group of the evening. Thank you guys again for coming out tonight. I know during the springtime there's a lot of stuff going on, so appreciate you being able to make it out tonight. Behind me is our jazz band, and this is made up of a group of students that want to come to the band again at the end of the day. And we meet at school on Thursdays and Fridays, and we just play some really fun pieces. So we're going to play, well, let me backtrack a second. A couple weeks ago, we went to the Hastings Jazz Festival and played a couple pieces for them. So that's essentially what our concert is going to be. We're going to play pieces that we played there. So this first piece that we're going to play is a pretty ridiculous name called Fat Burger. And it's going to feature solos from Brody Collins, and then Mason Cox, and Jeffrey Hockey. So please help me in welcoming our jazz band. If you ever listen to big band music, you've definitely heard the name Duke Ellington. This is probably one of the more popular jazz pieces out there, but this one's called Don't Get Around Much Anymore, and it's going to feature from Callie LaFay. and Lauren and Tyler. We've got one more piece for you guys. And if you really like what you've heard so far tonight, there's a chance for you to hear it again. Next Tuesday, we're going to be playing at Music in the Park. It's going to feature these guys. We also put together a jazz combo, and it also features the high school jazz band as well. And we're going to be playing at Centennial Park at 7 o'clock. So we've got a lot of really awesome jazz. Some of it we've played before, and some of it is brand new. So we're getting prepared for that, and we're really excited for that. So it'd be awesome if you could join us. But we're going to totally change gears for the James Brown piece that a lot of you guys have probably heard before. It's called I Got You, but you might know it as I Feel Good. And we're going to hear soloist from Mason Cox and Zachary Hodge. where we transition the stage quite a bit. So I'll do a little bit of talking. I'll say a little bit about it later though. So if you look at the back of the program, we have a couple of events coming up. Normally this concert, I feel like, would be the end of the year pretty much. But I feel like we still have a ton of events coming up over the next couple of weeks. So one, make sure I mention them. Oh, cool, 7th grade. But tomorrow we have the anniversary meeting, so feel free to come to that. I think that's on there. And then in 2 days, we have a really cool opportunity. Our high school band is actually going to America Park to play the national anthem before the Tigers. So if you have any interest at all in going to that, we have tickets that you can buy. You can look at our website, our Colorado High School band website. You can purchase tickets that way. Last I knew, we had about 40 tickets still available. I know nobody really wants to watch the Tigers right now, but our band is really good, so you can at least watch them and still have a good day at American Park. And then next week, I know I already mentioned this, but our jazz band is going to perform again, not just these guys, but also our high school jazz band is going to perform at the Music in the Park. So we'd love to have you join us out there. Can we give it up one more time for our jazz band? We'll have our 6th grade band.
Oh, I guess
go. Looks like
6th
pretty
and then
close.
they can hold up 7th. So 6th first.
Could we get a hand for our stage crew? We appreciate them so much. This would be such a long and awkward pause if it wasn't for them. So we appreciate that they did that in like 2 minutes. So pretty awesome, but we're so excited to have them around. But anyway, behind me is our 6th grade band. These are our first year players, and they're starting to not sound like our first year players anymore. We've come such a long ways this year, and we're super proud of what they've accomplished and what more they're going to do in the Colorado band. We've got 3 pieces for you guys. First one is a rock tune by Steppenwolf, and it's called Born to Be Wild. The next piece we're going to play is one, actually, that's kind of unique because every single student in the Fowlerville band program has actually played this piece. I honestly have no idea why. I'm not really sure what makes it so special. But we are going to be playing a piece that has been played by every 6th grade band so far, as long as most people can remember at least. And that piece is going to be Ancient. All right. So if you looked ahead at our program notes, you'll kind of notice a pattern. So the pattern was, typically we'd do a rock song, and then we'd do a song from a movie. So kind of continued that trend, except with Ancient Hunters thrown in there. The song that we decided to do for 6th grade is Happy from Despicable Me 2. All right, so we are to our next week reunion, which is our 7th grade band. And the first song that we're going to perform for you guys is one of my favorite rock tunes, and it is Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. All right, so we've got one more song that we're going to do for you guys. You might be wondering, are we doing 2 songs? What the heck are they doing in that class? Well, anyway, this song isn't, it's a bit more, there's a bit more to it than what our normal songs are. Normally our songs are like 2 or 3 minutes, but this one is quite a bit longer. This is about a 6-minute song because it has a bunch of songs in it already. So we're literally going to go from metal to Disney. This next one is a piece called Disney Around the Banjo. And it's a song that's made up of a bunch of Disney songs. One of the songs we're doing is A Whole New World from the movie Aladdin. And then that one's kind of featured at the beginning and the end, kind of features everybody. But the cool thing about this is it features each section at a time. So each section kind of has their own moment to shine. The clarinets are going to play Let It Go. It's going to feature clarinets. And then the next piece you'll hear after that will be Arabian Nights from... Oh, that was from Aladdin too. Arabian Nights from Aladdin, which will feature our oboe and And then the next piece will be Beauty and the Beast, which will feature our flute section of one. And then the next piece after that will be We Don't Talk About Bruno from the movie Encanto. And that will feature our alto saxophone section. And then, the next piece that you'll hear will be Remember Me, which will feature our trumpet section. And then the next piece after that will be our French horn section, but we don't have any French horns. So the piece is Can You Feel the Love to Me? And it'll feature our alto saxophone. Can you feel the love? Okay, I totally messed that up. The next song after that will be You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story, which will feature our trombone section. And then the piece after that will be You're Welcome. Under the Sea, I forgot. Which will feature our percussion section. That'll be Under the Sea percussion. And then it'll feature You're Welcome, which will feature our low brass, low woodwind section. And then it wraps up with A Whole New World. So we hope you enjoy Disney Around the Banjo.
was pitch perfect. I don't know what it was.
All right. Anybody else craving Taco Bell now?
Yeah.
If you don't understand why that was there, you just have to watch the movie. It has nothing to do with Taco Bell, but it has something to do with bells. Anyway, we're going to move on now to 8th grade band. But before I move on, though, I'd like to just do a couple shout outs. I just wanted to say thank you to the audio and tech team for all that's their work. Probably don't know this, but we were very, very close to having this performance in a gym without air conditioning. that almost happened, and they worked really hard to make sure that there were some technical difficulties here with the lights, and they had to work to get those fixed. And so we appreciate being in here quite a bit, and being in a room that sounds really great, just beautiful performing arts center. Also, wanted to say thank you to our wonderful administration. They were so supportive. They were on it trying to find us a place, and not only today, but they've been very supportive of our program. So I'd like to give our administration a And then lastly, you might not have really seen her much because she's been backstage warming the bands up and tuning them. Heard a band out of tune, you're really thankful for that. So we appreciate our bands being in tune. And not only does she help out so much with the performances, but she comes in and helps out the kids and just goes way above and beyond for our band program. Let's give Catherine Wiley a round of applause. All right, so behind me, we're going to go back from Disney to more metal. And so we're going to play one of the most famous metal tunes of all time, which is Enter Sandman. So please help me in welcome our 8th graders. piece, but before I do that, just wanted to acknowledge that this is going to be the last performance that you guys will play as junior hires. So, you guys have been a really fun group to work with this year, and I've laughed really hard with them, and they've just been a really fun group. Are they talkative? Yeah, but you know, we also have a really good time. I don't know if I've ever laughed so hard in the class before with these guys, so definitely gonna miss them. Luckily, being here, I get to work with them next year, so it's not really goodbye, but it kind of is. Yeah, this has been a really wonderful 8th grade class to work with, and I know Mrs. Wiley is looking forward to having them next year. So let's give this 8th grade one more time. And so we've got one more piece for you guys, and again, this is going to be a majority of what we're playing tonight. And it's going to be music from The Nightmare Before Christmas. After our fall concert, I like to give them a movie to watch and just kind of relax for a couple days, and as a reward for all the hard work they put in. Man, they put a lot of work into this. And so I like to give them a couple days to chill out, and almost all my kids chose the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas, and they're just obsessed with this movie. So I'm like, oh, we got to play the music for it. And I looked at the music, and I'm like, oh, that's really hard. But you know, my 8th graders were up to the challenge, and they're able to pull it off. And we've also got a couple high schoolers here to fill in a couple parts as well. We are going to play for you guys The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Thank
concludes our concert. Thank you again for coming out tonight, and we'd love to see you again next Tuesday or at the Tigers game. Thank you.